So this is something that I normally cover, and these videos don't really get that many views. So thank you to anybody who decides to stop by and just take a listen. So before I get directly into the video dealing with the father, I want to read off some of these stats that maybe you guys might not know about when it deals with child abduction. Less than 2% of all violent crimes against juveniles reported to police involve kidnapping. There are three distinct types of kidnappings: kidnapping by a relative of the victim or family kidnapping, 49%; kidnapping by an acquaintance of the victim or acquaintance kidnapping, 27%; and kidnapping by a stranger to the victim or stranger kidnapping, 24%. Family kidnapping is committed primarily by parents, involves a large percentage of female perpetrators at 43%. Than other types of kidnapping offenses, occurs more frequently to children under 6. Equally, victimized juveniles of both sexes and most often originates in the home. Acquaintances kidnapping involves a comparatively high percentage of juvenile perpetrators, has the largest percentage of female and teenage victims, is more often associated with other crimes, especially SA and physical assault, occurs at home and residence, and has the highest percentage of injured victims. Stranger kidnapping victimizes more females than males, occurs primarily at outdoor locations, victimizes both teenage and school-aged children, is associated with SA in the case of girl victims and robberies in the case of boy victims, although not exclusively so, and is the type of kidnapping most likely to involve the use of a firearm. 797,500 children younger than 18 were reported missing in 1 year period of time studied, resulting in an average of 2,185 children being reported missing each day. 203,900 children were the victims of family abductions. 58,200 children were the victims of non-family abductions. 115 children were the victims of stereotypical kidnapping. These crimes involve someone the child does not know or someone of slight acquaintance, who holds the child overnight, transport the child 50 miles or more, takes the life of the child, demands a ransom, or intends to keep the child permanently.
Yo, so I'm at Arizona Mills Mall with my daughter. I take her into a toy store. Bless you, baby. I take her into a toy store, and we were there for a few minutes. Just wasn't feeling the vibe. It was a weird vibe from the kid. And we leave the toy store, and I swear to God, my daughter's like 2 steps behind me. I'm walking out the store. I notice a dude cutting me off from behind, like in between me and my daughter. So as I'm exiting the store, I look back and he's touching the top of her head like this. And if I wouldn't have looked back, when I looked back, I already felt something. And this all happened in an instant. So I look back and I catch him doing this over her head like he knew her. And it was some Mexican cat that didn't even speak English. So I'm going off. And first, it happened so fast that I'm in shock. I just tell my daughter, come here. But everything's registering, right? Like that doesn't happen often. So my mind's like, if I hit this dude, like if I spaz, all they gonna see is me spazzing. They're not gonna see why I'm pissed. I don't even have to explain why that isn't okay. And so I walk a little bit towards the left out of the store, and I'm at Arizona Mills Mall, mind you. And my daughter sees some scooters. She hops on the scooters, and I turn my back. I look around. I look back at the store that we came out of, and sure enough, those the dude that touched her head came out, and there was a lady with him. And then 2 other dudes. But the lady dispersed. It's like he told her something. Like first of all, when they came out of the store, as soon as they came out, they looked in the direction that we left, and they came this way. But he didn't see me standing like a ways, you know what I mean? Just watching them. And I wish I would have got that on camera, but like I said, I'm still in shock. So at this point, they're coming towards me, and when they finally notice me that I'm staring at them, bro, I wish I would have had that part recorded. I was still in shock, but I got video footage of them, and that's what I'm going to show you. And their mannerisms, their behavior, like I said, when they got to me, that's when I started going off, because that's when I was like, nah, I saw what I saw. I know I saw what I saw, and I'm not backing down. So I'm yelling in his face. I'm like, don't touch kids in here. Don't do that. Like, you don't do, you know, but as I'm explaining like what he did wrong, I'm like, you know what you did. Like, so now I want to be this and all people can see is just this angry black guy, right? Typical situation. So then I just say, fuck it. And I start recording them, and their behavior, if you know, if you're a parent, like, you know, man, part 2 coming up. So it's this dude right here in the hat. The dude over there in the white and red hat, that's the dude who touched my daughter. Now watch. Watch as all three of them get to, that dude in the gray shirt, he's the third one. So they had 3. It was gonna be 3-on-1 regardless, right? And then they had a lady with them, and y'all don't get to see that, but she dispersed. She got out of there. Man, I wish I would have got her face. She's the ringleader. Those 3 guys. Now all of a sudden, look at their body language. Look at their body language. And just pay attention throughout the video. They know I'm recording them. And then the look that the dude in the gray shirt gives me towards the end of the video tells it all. Like, now all of a sudden they're in perfumes for you after being in a toy store. No kids, no woman except that woman that left. And they're having a serious and then the dude in the red hat, when I confronted him, or the white and red hat, when I confronted him, he said he didn't speak English. That was his exact answer. He didn't speak English. So, I thought this lady was talking about mall security. I was like, oh, she called mall security and they get here while these perfumes. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, these dudes in the perfume store, you know, 2-in-1. And I'm just in shock, and I'm focused on recording these dudes. Because, like, come on, you know, the gorilla in me wants to do what it wants to do. But I know what's going to happen after that. But pay attention. Just pay attention to body language. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I know I ain't wrong about touching my daughter's head. So, and that's, everyone knows why that's not okay.
Baby, come here. You can't be right there. Let's go. All right, baby. Get down. funny how they're acting now. They don't want to leave that store. They don't want to leave that store. That's the craziest part. Now they're having a serious conversation about perfume. And you see them looking at me. Aura, get down, baby. These three men, bro. And they had a lady with them, but she disappeared. There was a female with them, and she disappeared. And these three guys are now having such a serious, get down, baby, having such a serious conversation over perfume. And they're nervous about me recording. You can see it. I mean, this is not a joke. I'm not going to do this for no reason. I'm not making this up. This is weird. And at first he didn't speak English, but he's talking to the guy at the counter, no problem, about perfume. What? So, I mean, I'm gonna sit here. Fuck that. I'm sitting here. This is bullshit. Aura, stay with Dada, please. Stay with Dada. I know, we ruined it. I know, but that was Come here, mama. See, nervous, scared. Most people, if they didn't do nothing, they'd be pissed. Pissed outright, like blatantly pissed. But they're not pissed. They're scared. They're nervous. I'm just glad I got their faces. I don't give a people believe this or not. This is serious. That's scary. And I know what they look like now. I know the look in their eyes now. Hold that hand. Hold that hand. Look at this. Tell me it's not. I mean, okay. Because they know I'm recording. They know I am.
One of the main things that I wanted to do with this platform is to bring awareness to a great deal of things. And this is one of the most important things that I've tried my best to bring awareness of. And over time, we've started to see more and more video due to the fact of cell phone technology getting better and better, being able to have longer videos and people putting these videos out there on social media and in other forms of video where you may have surveillance video, CCTV footage, where it will show you an abduction taking place. And the other thing that I've tried to do is to warn a lot of women out there, because you have a lot of women out there that are single, that have kids, that, hey, you guys are looked at as targets. And if you're looked at as targets, that means that people have no fear of anything specifically taking place, because they're going to look at you as less and or weaker than. And I've tried to inform a lot of women, even when it dealt specifically with them and them going to their cars, where it dealt with the zip ties, or men or others marking their vehicles, so that other people out there will know that, okay, this woman is single, you can go directly after her, right? We've put something directly on the car, wait a few minutes, and that'll be that. I've brought other stories before dealing with women where you would have a husband and a wife working as a team in order to specifically go after women. And now in this story, you hear the fact that you have those three men there and that there was a woman. but she made sure to leave the scene, but she made sure to leave those 3 men there for us to clearly see. And again, I'm very happy that nothing negative took place to his daughter, nothing detrimental, because I've done a lot of stories on that over the years, and it gets, it's pretty heartbreaking, having to continuously cover stories, like that. But you have to in order to bring awareness so that other people out there won't have this as their story. And, I hope that a lot of parents will learn something or take something directly from this story. I hope that a lot more parents and or guardians will be cautious in how it is that they move out there in public when they are with their child or their children, or when they have guardianship for, a limited time of somebody else's child. Because like I said before, the numbers don't lie. There are literally hundreds of thousands of kids that go missing every single year. There are literally thousands of kids that go missing every single day. So again, I would never want anything like this or worse to happen to any parent. I would never want you guys to ever have to face anything like that. So hopefully, with this video, people will be very careful. People will be more mindful of their surroundings and the people who may be around them, watching them specifically. Because I'm pretty sure that those 3 guys were watching their father. And I can also tell you from, being out and about, I've seen images like this where you have 3 guys like this, 2 guys like this, 4, where they're walking around an area. They don't have an object in their hand. They don't have a shopping cart. They're just walking back and forth through the aisles, casing, and they're not trying to steal anything from the store. They're trying to look and tell and see if they can figure out who's with who's single. Does this person have, a child? Like they're following and they're watching. So again, this is why I try to tell people, be very careful and watch your surroundings, because if you're not watching your surroundings, somebody in those surroundings will be watching you. Right. So let me know what you guys feel and think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.